Elements that can make a brief more exciting. There are two key areas really. One's what you actually put into it. It's definitely true that they can tend to be collections of facts, and don't get me wrong, facts are very, very important. Briefs are there to keep you on the straight and narrow through what can be quite a chaotic process. But at the same time, they have to inspire, they have to kind of set off explosions in people's minds, particularly in creative people's minds. So what you put into them is really important. It may not be words on a page. I would question whether pages with blocks full of words might be the best format for a brief. There's lots of different ways that you can give people inspiring information. And that kind of takes you on to the second really important element, which is the actual creative briefing itself. I think, in the past, planners might have sort of put a creative brief under the door of the creative's office and sort of then gone away for a couple of weeks. And it's actually incredibly important how you transmit that information, and it's usually not done best in a meeting room. I do find the pub to be remarkably effective when it comes to motivating and inspiring creatives, but we've also taken them to prison. Or to the supermarket, or I've taken creatives to lots of places. I think the more appropriate, the better. I usually use the pub as a last resort, if the prison's not open. But it's really about getting people into the right frame of mind. And, when it comes to inspiring them, not everyone's inspired by words, not everyone's inspired by images, but when you're actually there experiencing something for real, then that has a huge impact. When it comes to writing a brief, you can really choose any format. Sometimes that will be dictated by your organisation. This is a course for the real world. I'm not proposing that everyone should go out there and make themselves a mood film, because you will likely have people in your teams, departments, clients who perhaps might not be so open to it. And like I said, words on a page can be useful. Lists of mandatories are also very useful. But what's worth considering is the format you have the absolutely best one for this particular project? Do you have to have the same one for every project that you do? It's just kind of encouraging people to think a little bit more freely, really. Although it is worth saying that at the end of the day, there are a number of things that everybody needs to know. I think something that gets forgotten a lot of the time when it comes to creative briefing is that certainly if you're working in a large organisation, you might be briefing a different team each time. And they're people, and they need to be inspired and managed in a different way. That's before you even get onto the fact that it's a different project for a different sort of brand and blah, blah, blah. So, how you might do a brief for Pantene might be very different to how you might do a brief for Innocent. And I think those things can kind of get forgotten in the pursuit of the brief format.